So, we hear terms like gut health and microbiome, but do we really know what these two things are all about? Taking care of them is important to our overall health, as I learned from registered dietitian Ginger Hultin. When we say the term gut health, what exactly are we talking about?
Right. It's a term that's so often just thrown around.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about gut health, so often we're talking about digestion. So how your stomach's working, how it's feeling, but also what's going on there, the health of it. And a lot of times that's actually the microbiome.
So I actually used to be a medical health reporter, so I know a bit more than most, but it is still this mysterious universe of the microbiome. Not a whole lot's known about it, right?
There's a lot that's being discovered, and we know a little bit, and I think it's really exciting, but there's a lot more to learn too. So the connection between what we eat and the health of your gut and digestion and the microbiome is really intriguing.
It really is. And I mean, the microbiome is basically the area where all your food is kind of handled, right?
Right. So the gut microbiome in particular is in your digestive tract, and there's more microbes there than there are human cells in the body. So they're very active, and they really do play a role in human health and our digestion.
So what is the best way to help these guys out? Help these little microbiomes make our food do what they're supposed to do, reduce bloating, reduce all the things, make us the best us we can be.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with health. And the way to support your microbiome is surprisingly easy. What we do know is that more plant foods and more fiber is better for your microbiome and for your digestion.
Yes, so there's nothing better that's good for the fiber than oatmeal, right?
I love oats so much. So I was thinking about fall, and I have all my beautiful apples, and I was like, apples are high in fiber, oats are high in fiber, and very unique compounds that help the microbiome. And then I've got my chia seeds, and I've even got my fermented foods.
What are fermented foods and why are they so good for the microbiome?
Fermented foods are really unique because they have been fermented, which means that they have good bacteria in them. And that actually kind of mirrors the good bacteria in our guts. So when you eat fermented foods, you introduce positive bacteria into the body. That does help some people with their digestion.
All right, so let's get cooking while you tell me about other foods and why fermented foods are so good for the gut.
I'm really excited because I have two options for you. So I'm going to make 2 servings of overnight oats in cute little jars for tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to have for breakfast. I have a cup of oats. They're just whole rolled oats. I'm going to do a little tablespoon of chia seeds because chia and flax seeds are really, really high in fiber, and they're delicious in a recipe like this.
Not too many chia seeds though, because when you add too many, those are for days you work from home.
They're real high in fiber.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Very high in fiber, high in iron, high in so many nutrients. So they're really good. They're very high in fiber. I've got my cinnamon because I need my fall spices. And then I also have a little nutmeg. It's an actual little nut. And I'm just going to grind it here because I need that pumpkin spice essence, right?
Yes.
So I've got that, and then I need to put in my apples, of course, and the apples are so good right now. So I just chopped up a medium apple, and then I'm almost done. This is a no-bake, really quick recipe. Here's my yogurt, fermented food.
Oh, fermented food. Okay, that counts.
It counts. It's so delicious, and it adds a lot of protein too, but it's got that healthy bacteria that your gut needs for optimal digestive health.
Yeah. So are you adding milk to that as well?
I am. You could use dairy or non-dairy milk, but this is really special. This is actually kefir. Have you heard of kefir before?
I have, but I don't remember what it is.
It's actually a fermented milk drink. So it's kind of like liquid yogurt.
Uh-huh. Do they make that in non-dairy?
They absolutely do. So you have lots of options. I'm just going to put it in my jars. I can do that right now while we're finishing up chatting. And it's a high fiber, fall flavored, delicious breakfast that's good for your microbiome and your gut health.
I love it. I've been doing overnight oats for years now, but I've never done it in a way that is that healthy and is good for my gut. So I'm going to switch it up a notch. And it looks like something that's super easy too if you don't have time for breakfast. It's great ideas. Thanks to Ginger for teaching us about that.